Last time we got chapter 6 of the Dark Game book. But the reason why we had chapter 6 before we had chapter 5 was because chapter 5 is continuous of the storyline, whereas chapter 6 is something that is not of the timeline of the Dark Game book. This follows the timeline. The reason why 6 comes before 5 is because 6 is an essential part of the Dark Game book, but is not a part of the main timeline. Now, what I mean by timeline, I mean this. We all know about the events between the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, as I stated in the last video. This is the following recap of the previous chapters of the Dark Game book. Now, this chapter is all about how it feels like to be stuck in your mind. You see, the reason why this chapter is so vital is because of the main reason that the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, the results of my training, and the third chapter was so impactful was the main point of when you're stuck in your head, a lot of things can happen. When I mean stuck in my head, I mean when you're making things harder than it needs to be, when you're imagining things that aren't going to happen. I destroyed those fantasies from happening. A lot of people diss people like Alpha Male Strategies, saying that, yo, why are you so quiet on a date? Because I know I'm not gonna get some. And girls like to show you this dream. Girls, people at work, a lot of people who try to bribe you, like the people who set me up from that last conf anime, sold you the dream that, oh, it's about to happen, just trust me. That's what happens when you're stuck in your head. Those are for people who are lost. And the reason why I have to say that is because a lot of people have quit jobs. A lot of people have stopped putting pussy on the pedestal because of the main fact of, I know I'm not gonna get none. Why am I gonna work hard if I'm not gonna get none? When you're stuck in your mind, when you allow people to sell you these dreams, when you allow people to get inside your brain telling you that it's all good without getting no receipts that it's about to happen, that is how you get lost in your mind. The first example I would have to say was never when I worked hard and I achieved something. That's when you're not stuck in your mind. Now, when you work hard and you get no results, you still can't be stuck in your mind because you have to think about the bigger picture. Are the people stopping me from shining, or am I stopping myself from making it? The answer is both. You can't use other people trying to bring you down as the excuse to not keep trying. But when you do stop trying is when you realize that you are outnumbered and that you can't just say believe it like fucking Naruto, expect to destroy a bunch of Metacoolers that are in your way, even if you have the power of 2 Super Saiyans. The reason why I have to say that is you can't expect to destroy a whole bunch of people, even if you are a trained fighter with knives and guns, because you know realistically it's not going to happen. I've learned that from going on multiple dates with girls and them promising me stuff that they never back up with their actions, and I've known that from guys trying to school me about stuff they don't do themselves. And the reason why is because you can't allow the dream to capture you. One thing you have to say about Dr. Dre is that he had the vision, but he put in the work to back it up. I stated in a couple videos, I put in the work to back it up, but even if you do everything right, it still can't pan out. So why would you be stuck in your head anyway? I used to be stuck in my head beating myself up about why I haven't done this and that, as I stated in Dark Game chapter 6. But the reason why this chapter is so vital is because I don't imagine shit happening. And whenever somebody tries to paint pictures in my head, unless it's rapping, unless it's to promote me, unless their pictures are making me money, I do not want that picture to be in my head. It's like, it's like you don't really need people's not only approval, you don't need people's rumors. It's like, hey, I heard this one guy slept with your girl. I'm like, okay, was he good? If it really happened, I bet there was some bomb pussy, huh? And what that does is that destroys everybody's whole sense of reality, morality, and demeanor. And the whole place up in the cosmos know that if they try to paint this picture in your head, it's not gonna work because the picture stands still. Actions move on. Life goes on. A picture can stay there, but you can stomp on that picture, you can poke holes in that picture, but the picture's gonna be there. But that picture is not reality. You know, just think about that. Stop getting lost in thought. The main reason why I think is this: my mind used to be blown up with fantasies while I'm just thinking about times with my friends, thinking about what are my friends doing right now. You know, they're probably having the time of their life, and really they're just a crack wanker just like me. Oh, they're going on multiple adventures. All they have planned that shit they put on posts. Yeah, they put on the poster stamp in social media. But if you look at their everyday life, they're just posting shit just like I am, posting music, you know, there's nothing really brand new. You can't really get lost in thought. And the real reason why people get lost in thought is because they have all this social connections, all these things that make them imagine stuff. Their adrenaline is pumping through their veins, especially people who play sports, who have a lot of fun. But when it gets back to the reality of it, when sports doesn't exist anymore, when you really have to compete, I'm talking about leagues like, you can always dominate in a high school, especially if you come from another area where a situation is tougher. And then you go to an area where there's nothing but squares and nerds that try to go on the football team. You will dominate. But will you dominate if you actually try and make it in the NBA or NFL? That'll make you the shit. You're not the people who get paid to play basketball, pay prices. They have sacrifices. They have all that. That's what real fucking competition is. Yeah, you can be the jock of high school, you can have all this and that, you can pimp on girls fucking 16 and 14 when you get out in the real world and that shit doesn't work anymore. You're gonna have to step your game up. But you know what? You have to know why you're stepping your game up. That's the catch-22, is when you really accept, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work hard because I realize that I have competition, but if she's not giving it up to the next nigga who is trying, why is she gotta give it up to me who's not trying? And when you don't expect something is when they try to get you to expect something that's not about to happen. It's not about to happen. Like they told me that family I was gonna get paid $2 million, I was gonna have a mansion, everything, because I was so popular, because they literally made commercials about that shit happening, about what I was doing. I believed it, but if that was true, then how come I'm not having that in my everyday life? How come it's not affecting me? How come I'm getting advertised but I'm not getting paid? And that's how I knew I was being sold a dream, and that's how I didn't do it right. And, you know, they couldn't sell me a dream. I was constantly asking myself, is this a trap? Is this a trap? Or even if it is a trap, I can learn from myself, not knowing that they have a backup plan to try to force me to do this shit. You know, I'm not gonna get lost in my thought. I'm not gonna get lost in that fantasy. And you know, there was another thing before that when they promised me a porno. They promised me a porno that I was gonna make with someone I already knew, but when I came to that same place, that same fucking atmosphere, it literally, none of that happened. But you know what? I got something better than what I wanted. I got people who appreciated me for who I was instead of what I can do for them. It's kind of like this. There was this guy who I had a good relationship with, who literally had the multiple options. He was in the same position as me, no job, no school, smoking weed all day, and we had this game where we could literally do anything, the endless amount of possibilities in the game, and he did not want to play with me. It was the evolution. I'm like, the former versions of this game didn't have this many options. How come you're just as smart as me, but when we finally have an opportunity to have a game where we can literally have endless battles, literally endless possibilities happening, because I know you would love to do it, you cut off. You go away. You keep more distant from me, because you know why? He would actually be enjoying it. This was some the people who tried to claim that they didn't like anime in public, but behind the scenes, if it didn't make them look socially awkward, they would love to watch anime. They would love to hype it up with their friends and stuff, but because they were trying to get bitches, just like I was trying to get bitches, it wasn't gonna happen. Do not make it in your head that those people are more than you when they are just like you. They are just like you. Do not fill your head that these people are so multidimensional when they are the same chronic rankers, when they are the same people who have no friends just like you. Don't imagine them having a good time, because they're not. If they are having a good time with a bunch of friends, it's someone they've already established something since they were young, and they're not doing it every day. They're doing it as a checkup, you know, just a little reunion. That's all it is, you know? Do not fill your head up with these fantasies that they're acting when they're not. Do not think, like this goes to a woman out there, do not think that a man is gonna be a Prince Charming to you. It's gonna be Prince Charming when you're displaying yourself like a slut. You want Prince Charming? You dress classy, you cover up, you get designer clothes, you do all the work for the man. You show the man that you can meet him halfway. You show the man that money means nothing, and that literally understanding and actually caring about someone when they don't have money for who they are means a whole lot more than money, which is a lot of these girls of today's generation problems. Now, I'm not MGTOW, and I do not care about MGTOW. It was entertaining because I could relate to the studies, but where guys are fucking up at is that how can you be such a masculine frame? Like Kurama, I'm not taking shots, but I respect this channel, but if you really allow woman after woman to sell you this dream, then you are not the player that you say you are. No matter how many subscribers you have, no matter how many shit that you have that validates that fantasy that you are a player which you're not, the whole fucking kit and caboodle, the whole self-explanatory situation is you're mad because they are still able to lead you on. Even though you call it out, they're able to lead you on because you accept. You see, what guys think about where it comes to girls is that, yeah, okay, so I know she's leading me on, but eventually, through the power of familiarity, she'll eventually give me the pussy. You know, even though I'm multi-dimensional, I'm like, no, because she knows that you care about it is the reason why she's gotta keep holding. Now me, I don't expect anything. Just like alpha male strategies don't expect anything. I'm so quiet on a date, you know why? Because when I was fun loving and shit like that is when you were the most quiet. It's where I can sense your sexual energy. I literally, it doesn't matter. Even if I did get it, doesn't matter because that means she's not a girl of quality anyway. You know, how about back in the day when girls used to be able to back up their shit test? They used to be able to back it up for axes. They used to be able to replace men of actual value because those men have been broken by women who have no personalities, and a woman who have no personalities claim that men use them as a piece of meat when they don't. It's like, oh, this whole fantasy, oh, I could have taken it slow. I could have actually had a girl who was a femboy. I just stated in chapter 6 in full detail why men and women are not friends and why money means nothing to people in general. You know, there was this guy when I was in high school that sold weed, and everybody used to make fun of me for buying 5 bags. Buying a 5-stack of weed because I like to spend money on other shit, like, you know, video games. I like spending money on video games. If you buy an eighth versus buying a video game is gonna last way longer. A lot of these pieheads in the street want to buy ounces and shit, and literally the same amount of things you can buy with the same amount of money that you buy an ounce with can last way longer than an ounce. And another thing is about lying. Lying can last for so long. A girl can tell you a lie. A family that doesn't want to tell you the truth, that wants to mold you to a person that they want you to be, can tell you a lie forever. You can believe that shit forever. That's only if you let it. Well, reality was always smacking it in my face. When my mom tried to tell me people in high school weren't getting pussy, there are people making out, dry humping in front of me 24/7. I can see right through the lie because I lived through the lie. I lived through what the fuck that they were talking about. And, you know, the lie that tells you that, you know, basically you'll find people who accept you for who you are until you disagree with them about something, and it comes from men too. I've had a friend who literally was the nicest person I ever knew who sold me for pussy when it came time to understand that once he was in the same position I was, it wasn't me bitching and complaining about girls. I'm gonna put it like this. This guy was a video game nerd. He didn't want to listen to girls talk. He felt like women aren't intellectually stimulating. I'm like, you know what? You may be right. You may be really right that woman may not be all personality all the time, but where you're stuck in your head at is you don't even fucking try. You don't try to see a difference between a slut and an actual good woman, an actual good girl. You know, there's a lot of things that you can learn from other people. What happened was, I tried to tell this dude that once you're friends, start getting wives and girlfriends before you, it's gonna eat you up inside. And look what happened. He went to community college, and since he was a nerd, since he didn't know what a relationship was, there was this guy slapping his girl's ass over and over and over again. And so he looked at him, he's like, hey yo, stop harassing her. He's like, what? This is my woman. And he did it again and again and again for 20 minutes. And I literally texted him, I'm like, ha ha ha, it's not so fun when you get rejected, when you start going through things you thought you were gonna be content on the computer forever until girls came to play, huh? You thought you were gonna be content being an anime nerd until you realized that, yo, the jocks may be living a better life, they may not be, because you don't know the full story, you know? Do not let people put pictures in your head thinking that they're better than you when you're all a part of the same God. Not even if you're not religious, if you get to know people without them having a poker face, see through the bullshit lie, you know the full story because you've lived through it. I tried telling my friend, yo, it's okay. Afterwards, I'm willing to move on. You've been through the same thing. I got my roast session in. I'm willing to be your friend now. Now that you know, I wasn't wrong, and now you know that you were exaggerating when you're telling me to be a man and telling me that woman on a pedestal, go out and get your money. When there are people who get money and get cars and still don't get a woman because they don't have charisma. Do not think that you don't have to be a jack of all trades. We are multidimensional human beings, okay? I'm not gonna take a girl out on a date for one thing. I'm gonna take a girl out on a date for multiple things. I'm not gonna go out with my buddies to smoke weed. I'm gonna go out with my buddies to smoke weed, go to a party, you know, play foosball, you know, do a lot of fucking things, play video games all within the same day, because that's what happens if you're actually hanging out. You know, if you're just fucking around talking shit to each other, then you're not doing shit at all. And don't think just because you're having a good time. A lot of people have such a good time and what the fuck they're doing that they don't realize that they're doing nothing. So this is chapter 5 of the Dark Game book. And this chapter is Lost in Thought.